Hi guys, Luton here, and today we're looking at Markaz Monolith. Now I'm putting this up at the request of actually subscribers and players because a couple of guys in this round wanted me to post this. Also, I said to them, I promised the guys that if we defended on the third base, then I would post this video up, and we did manage to successfully defend on the third base. It'll make more sense as we go into it. Now obviously, defending engineer class is always a strong class you want to be taking because of what you're going to be facing. Got to tell you, this round is not perfect for me. Perfect is quite a loose word, to be honest, considering how I perform in this round, but I do have some moments of clarity, and we'll see how we go. Dropping some mines, again, because this is the initial setup, so very first, beginning of the base, the priority here is to just get these things down and get set up. Often this first base, especially A, can be rushed so hard. You can see what I'm really doing is I'm just kind of trying to drop some mines, but I'm trying to make my way to A at the same time, and here we are, tanks and obviously the Humvee Scorpion thing, whatever it is, coming in at the same time. I should really come up with a new name of my own for that thing. Anyway, here we go. See, they're pushing in here on A, and we're just panicking. Come on! And I'm having a bit of a spray time here on this guy. There we go. Just let loose and just have them bullets. And there we go. We're pushing back in here. Guys coming back up. I tell you, the reason I cut that section out there, I crossed the road to B, came back, blah blah blah, nothing going on there, so I'm trying to shorten this down in video as much as possible. You can see, look at this, they're pushing in this very short distance here, just trying to get on A. I dropped a smoke there, look, you see where I put that? To cover my guy disarming, just to prevent hopefully any sort of targeting, and you can see these guys just are coming in here, clear him out. Okay, secure A. And there was a couple of guys camping up here before, so I'm just kind of looking around, trying to pick up people as I can. But you can see, look at this, it's just Chaos Scorpion coming in at the same time. So much happening here, and we're really sort of having a hard time dealing with these guys and this base. They're overwhelming us. Some good players on the other team, they're pushing us really hard. This first base though, we were sort of managing to just about hold on. Look, you can see that yet again we've managed to hold on to A there, despite the fact of all the chaos that's happening. So we are managing to hold on, but it's just quite chaotic, and we need to sort of try and take control of the situation right here. I am still doing my best to focus on those vehicles, but the key to any game is the vehicles. It really is, most of the time. And again, look at this, poor, look at that terrible gunplay from me there, really bad. But I say, this is quite a fun round for me in terms of gunplay, because to begin with, like, it's not perfect, or by far, you know, it's a bit of a shambles. And then funnily, I kind of have this moment of clarity later where I kind of rage. I'm just like, Luton, go smash now! And then I start racking kills, and you'll see that later on, it's quite funny. So yeah, at the moment you can see the vehicles, the tank coming in there, the Scorpion coming in. We're really sort of trying to control those. Now, as I've mentioned many times to people in-game and in videos, the key to defending is mainly the vehicles on most maps. It's mainly the vehicles. You have to be quick, and you have to prioritize, and you have to move around the base, and you have to spot targets and look at generally what's happening and work out where your ideal position is in relation to what's happening in the game. But the vehicles play such a strong role, especially on these urban maps. The tanks, helicopters and so on these urban maps play such a heavy role. Now, that doesn't mean to say that you always have to make it your #1 priority to take out the vehicles. It is high up on the list of priorities, but you have to obviously look at what's happening. If you've got a heavy squad like that's flanking you, you're going to need to deal with that. But if you have a tank up and it's pushing the base and it's going to make a big run in, that's one, you know, you need to be super careful of. And often what can happen, we know with the vehicles, a real common thing to happen, it happens so often, okay, is they'll get down to about 20 tickets, they've got nothing to lose. As I have said a million times, okay, the sort of 25 ticket marker, that is your danger zone. Alright, 25 tickets, they're going to be making a crazy push at that point, because they've got nothing to lose, okay? Even if they've been kind of sitting back and being a bit careful, when it gets to around 25 tickets, very often they'll make a crazy push. They'll be like, Christ, we've got to get in there, we've got nothing to lose. You know, they maybe didn't realise how many tickets they were down on until they get to that point. Then they panic and go, oh my god, and they throw everything at you. And if you have like the Scorpion, the tank, an LAV, an Amtrak, depending on what map you're playing, and they all come in on the base at the same time, it doesn't even matter if you do destroy them. Here's a heli coming in again, and I was going for a little lucky shot, pick the heli off, good fluke kill there. Here we go, again you see, look, they're still coming in on A. Now look at this, we're still down 30 tickets, and you can see all of a sudden, look, see how they're on B at the same time, so they split their attack force coming in on 2 separate locations. But where's my defending team on A? Everybody that was over here, because I was over here, but it kind of went quiet on A for a little bit, and people started moving around, and this is another thing that comes down to, look, discipline. Look, we've got nobody at A right now, but B, they're coming in heavy on B, and they got the tank coming in at the same time. I think Scorpion hand, I was, like... Scorpion faked me out. I was like, I thought he was just going to keep running, go around the corner, heal up or whatever. So I was like, okay, cool to reload. And then when he comes around, but no, he just pops his head back out with the pistol. Fail. Again, just an example of my kind of poor gunplay at the beginning of this round. So anyway, you can see now, look, they've got both targets armed, and the worst part about this base, as I've said before, is once you get A on this base, you can use this building here to shoot down onto B, and once you get B armed then, and look, the tank is up as well. See, look, the tank at the front of the base here, and look at this, see how many people on the minimap right now? See, we're inundated. Now, interestingly, we go straight to the third base here. Do you want to know why that is? Because what happened was, I respawned, ran to the objective, I got killed by crossfire as I was coming onto the objective, and they, in the space of time that I had to, like, you know, come back to life, revive myself, etc., you know, respawn is what word I'm looking for. By the time I respawned, the actual base had gone down. They took the whole base. I couldn't believe it. It's like the fastest base you've ever seen. So they literally took that base so fast, and at this point we were just, the whole team, morale was down. I was going, oh my god, what's happening? It's so terrible. Oh. And you know, it was a bit of a shambles, to be honest. That second base, it was pathetic. I mean, that second base can be kind of hard. Like if you hold B on that second base, it can be pretty tricky. But at this point, you know, I was really feeling like, whoa, what the hell's going on? And look at this. Okay, got the score. See, they're pushing so fast again. They got that momentum up. And my long term, and again, look, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. What is happening to me today, Lucin? Just not on form at all. I'm down on 4 and 8. How can I bring this back? Well, we'll see. Awful gameplay so far. Now, the team as well, look at the team, how spread out we are. We've got people dotted around all over the place. We're nowhere near defending this base properly. So we really need to rein it in, pull it back. And as I say, yeah, momentum. The momentum is key. They really have got this strength of momentum. They're pushing up here. Now look, you guys know that I always make a point of saying stay near the objective, stay near the objective. Right, the reason I move up here at this point, I don't want these guys flanking us, because they have a squad of 3-4, and a lot of the guys on my team, I'm aware that they're down near the base there, so I wanted to push forward. There's also, the reason you've seen a Mo, there's a mortar position up ahead, and I wanted to clear that mortar position right out there to sort of, you know, help secure it for the team. So we're still pushing down this side. Now our tank has pushed right up on the highway there. Not always necessarily the best point to do. I wanted to get in here. The other thing as well is that, you can see this guy camping in here. The other thing as well is from the first base, remember I was saying about how you get up in that building and A and shoot across? Well, it's very important to keep that left-hand flank clear, because if you don't, it can be very problematic for you. Here you go, this is what I was going for. I was trying to get this mortar guy, but Jizzer spawns or was there, picked me off, and then they keep on pushing in. They've armed their first objective. So again, immediately we're sort of starting to lose control yet again. We think, God, how on earth? Here we are, look, B is armed, and B is armed because of that left flank. They're coming in from that left-hand side there. We just do not have enough people. Here we are, look, see, we have no real people. This is, and here we are, look, here's Jizzer. And this is the point, is this area on the left-hand side, look, they've got 3-4 guys here. They've got a squad on this left side, and this is what can be very problematic, especially because if you get B armed, and you can be over on this side of the highway, okay, and the mortar, look, is still set up, so they can mortar, for example, the A position if that gets armed, and they can continue to push in on B. Now luckily my team have managed to defend that properly, and we're starting to secure the area again. But again, we're really having some big problems here, and look, these guys are pouring in here. There goes Disfluency, and look at the people behind me there. Look at those skull and crossbones. They're getting destroyed, and again, look, oh my god, overwhelmed. Totally dominated. How on earth are we going to turn this around? Well, we'll see what happens. Trying our best. Look at this absolute, sorry, I've got to swear, but clusterfuck right here. I'm still badly down on 8 and 12, and this round is just out of control. Look how many guys are right here, and we're no doubt in game screaming, going, for the love of God, get here. And look at the minimap right now. We've only got 2-3 people up. The mortar guys moved up as well. It's still totally out of control. How can we keep this game under control? Well, I'm trying to move up here. I'm trying to be careful. I don't want to push too hard because of how many guys were there before, okay? If I push straight in on that objective, it will be suicide, okay? Sometimes you really got to kamikaze, and sometimes you need to just, like, play it by ear. Now, I'm trying to keep this area clear. I'm trying to just sit here, and this was the point. I was like, come on, for God, die! I just wanted to clear this area out. I just wanted to keep it under control. Going for the knife, you failing blah blah. Yeah, go down, son. And you. And this is really it. We're starting to take control of the game here. We're trying to sort of keep this clear. I'm putting myself in a position right here. I know that the enemy are over there, so I'm just trying to keep them clear, just trying to drop those targets and trying to sort of, you know, put some kind of weight of pressure back onto the enemy. These guys over here in this building, get him as well. So we're managing to clear this area. Now we still need to have some people focus on the area. You can see that our tank is firing across. Still one guy there in B, but he goes down. So we've managed to clear the base, and now we can start putting some pressure back on, okay, dealing with this tank down the road here as well, because it's very important to take that tank out. And the tank is kind of moving back, preparing, but we need to be aware of this left-hand side. Now, back on 30 tickets now, we've managed to wear them down to 30 tickets just from this base. So continuing to drop the mines and just generally keep areas clear. Okay, they're pushing in from this left-hand side here. They're up on top of that building, I believe. That's why the guys were calling out up there. They've got a squad up on top of that building. And again, that building is another kind of key flashpoint. The building here to the right of A, that's very, where I'm, okay, right up here. There we go, there's the guys up the top of that building, and this is a real important point up on that building there, because we have a lot of guys often getting up on top of this building, and I've done it myself. You may remember recently on another video, and there we got A armed because they dropped down on it. So I'm going in here for the disarm. I can only hope that behind me is clear right now, because you know it's such a dangerous situation, but we've managed to get the defuse. But I say that top building there is a real danger point. If people get up there, they can shoot down on the objectives, they can respawn up there, and you can have often a very difficult time clearing them off of that building. So real key one to watch out for there. Now we're just keeping some control here, we're just watching the road and generally trying to be aware of targets. We've dropped them down to 17, 16, so we've halved their tickets just from that push. We've got one guy coming in here. So now we're just spotting targets and moving as we can. They've lost a lot of tickets already pushing in that one. So, you know, just by stopping that momentum push, and everybody on the team did a really excellent job on that BM com here, because they had a whole squad. They had a whole team of like 6 or 7 guys all in that area there. Now I myself helped a little bit in clearing those guys out, but it was very, very important that as a team we cleared that area and then took, you know, reaffirmed our control of the base, because we need to sort of continue to work on clearing, spotting, and not pull in too tight on the objective, because as I've said before, if you pull too tight, and here we go, there's some more guys back on here. Alright, bit of a loose acquisition there, but I still managed to get back on, trying to pre-fire down there, and you know, that's what I say. You know, we've still got people all over the base. We've got the tank and a couple of guys on the left-hand side, the BM com area. Okay, we've still got like 4 or 5 guys back over here. So we're spread nicely around the base. We can kind of control and prevent any flankers getting in here. But you can see they're still pushing in here. They're still really going for the attack hard. Even though they're down on 8 tickets, we've still got a whole squad over on that left-hand side. And look, they're still pushing in right behind us here. Look, the corridor on the right. Look, we've got 3 or 4 guys coming in here on the AM com area. So I'm moving up, take some cover here on this concrete. Just trying to watch down this corridor here. Are they coming from the right? Are they coming straight down? Here we go. Some guys on the floor right there. Drop them. But you can see my team now that we're pulling in very, very tight. Watch that left-hand side, the BM com. We've got 4 or 5 guys coming in from the BM com area. But at the moment, I'm so concerned about this right here. And you can see, look, just overwhelming us. Scorpion. I think Scorpion was back up on top of that wall right there. I couldn't even see because so much happening right here. Here we go. Everybody taking them down. And we just managed to get to the end. The tank's coming in though. Look at the danger right here of this tank. If they get it armed right now at this point, they get it armed. The tank is right on the MCOM. How the hell are we going to defuse this situation? Luckily, look at this. Look at the team swarming in. Guys pushing forward to clear that area out and get on the disarm. They're all getting chopped down to pieces. Are we possibly going to get the defuse? Come on, guys. Here we go. Defuse is starting. And there we go. They get the MCOM. So an excellent team game there, real good teamwork from everybody, alright, and as I say, not a particularly special game for me, but I've managed to turn it around by the end, ended up 3rd there, managed to pull back a positive KD, even though it wasn't a fantastic one, had a really horrific start to the round there, but I think it is an interesting and good round to show how things can spiral out of control really quickly. It shows how momentum is very important, it shows how prioritization is very important, and it shows how spreading your team across an MCOM base is important to keep control of all those different areas. Notice particularly on the left-hand side in that 3rd base how they kept flanking in on that BM-com by the highway, and that was very problematic for us on 2 or 3 occasions, so it's always worth keeping in mind those flanks, very, very important when you're in a defending game. Thanks for watching today, guys, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time for some more Battlefield 3 Tactical.